President.
Barack Obama. I continue to say that Jerusalem will be the capital of Israel, and I have said that before, and I will say it again.
Jerusalem will remain the capital of Israel, and it must remain undivided.
Jerusalem is the eternal capital of Israel.
We know that the establishment of Israel was just and necessary, rooted in centuries of struggle, decades of patient work.
Fuck Obama, he's an asshole.
And I understood the Zionist idea.
Obama is a Nazi.
And the recognition that the aspiration for a Jewish homeland is rooted in a tragic history that cannot be denied.
I think Obama is an idiot.
And I will bring to the White House an unshakable commitment to Israel's security. That starts with ensuring Israel's qualitative military advantage.
Netanyahu told him to f off. That's how we do it here in Israel, baby.
America's strong bonds with Israel are well known. This bond is unbreakable.
He's a fuckhead.
The bond between the United States and Israel is unbreakable today, unbreakable tomorrow, unbreakable forever.
He's like a terrorist.
We will stand with Israel. We want them around not just for 60 years, but for 600 years.
Smashing Israel and go f himself.
America must always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself against those who threaten its people.
I think you're a pussy.
And as president, I will never compromise when it comes to Israel's security.
F Obama. Obama. You like Obama? F Obama. White power? F the nigger.
Obama, it's a pussy.
What?
It's a pussy.
What's that mean?
Yeah, no, black Negro.
Black, what did you say?
I'm a Gizan. You know what's Gizan?
No, what does it mean?
Gizan, it's like Gizan. What is Gizan?
Like a person that don't like people like us. Be different in the color of skin.
Oh, like a dark person.
Yeah.
Well, you have dark skin.
But I'm not Muslim. I'm Jewish.
Have some watermelon with Obama, you know? He's another nigger from the town.
I live here. I'm a Yid. I'm a Jew. I'm Israel.
Any world order that elevates one nation or group of people over another will inevitably fail.
Israel is going to receive $30 billion in a 10-year period for military assistance without having to abide by any humanitarian principles, international laws, or standards of basic human decency. Wake up, America.
Israel's overwhelming victory in the 1967 war saw the rapid expansion of settlements on recently captured territory. Since then, Israeli governments of all political persuasions have pumped tens of billions of dollars into their expansion. Between 1967 and 1977, Israel constructed some 30 settlements housing over 5,000 people. Today, there are more than 440,000 settlers in the West Bank and East Jerusalem.
Israeli Army radio is reporting Israel plans to allocate $250 million over the next 2 years for settlements in the occupied West Bank.
Daniel Levy and Amjad Atala commented in the Huffington Post that the West Bank settler population has increased to almost 500,000, including East Jerusalem. The vast majority of that was under the rubric of natural growth, and there are vast expanses of land annexed to settler municipalities awaiting construction.
An Arab company is accusing the department of illegally leasing its land to a settler group. The move, some say, is part of a greater trend to push Arabs out of East Jerusalem.
More than 35% of the land of East Jerusalem has been expropriated from Palestinians, almost exclusively to build for Israeli.
A family in despair after being forcibly evicted from a home they've lived in all their lives. Early Sunday morning, police broke into this house where the Hanoun family was sleeping, dragging them kicking and screaming from their beds.
In terms of international law, East Jerusalem is regarded as occupied territory.
Not so contends the Israeli government, which maintains it is building in areas it has annexed, illegally, according to the rest of the world.
As the family waited by the barrier, we heard police officers taunting them, saying they were in Israel, not Palestine now.
Unified Jerusalem is the capital of the Jewish people and the state of Israel. Our sovereignty is non-negotiable.
We would continue to build in Jerusalem like in every other city within the state of Israel. It's the policy of all the Israeli government since 1967.
Israel presses on with what many are describing as a cleansing of the Palestinian population from land internationally recognized as theirs. Last November, another Palestinian family were evicted and settlers moved into their homes. Several eviction orders in this area are still outstanding.
UN Special Coordinator for the Middle East Peace Process, Robert Seires, today expressed concern over developments in East Jerusalem. The statement was in response to yesterday's takeover of a Palestinian home in the Sheikh Jarrah neighborhood by Israeli settlers, following an eviction order issued by the Israeli High Court. The recent upsurge in orders for house demolitions and evictions in East Jerusalem is contrary to the roadmap, Seires said, and any settlement activity in East Jerusalem is contrary to international law and cannot prejudge the outcome of negotiations.
Settlements were supposed to be resolved by the peace process, but settlements continue to expand regardless of either the policies of Israel or the U.S.
The international community, including the U.S., considers the settlements illegal.
These settlements and the swaths of territories connecting them to each other and to Israel divide the Palestinian-controlled territory into 43 non-contiguous cantons, separated by Israeli checkpoints, thereby making the creation of a viable Palestinian state virtually impossible. The result is Palestinian islands, separated by Israeli outposts and settlements, Israeli-only roads, and the separation wall and fence.
An overnight occupation of a house in Hebron by scores of Israeli settlers. Such illegal events have been happening for years in the West Bank and Gaza. Now settlers are also after East Jerusalem. And it appears they have the cooperation of the Israeli Land Authority, the department in charge of all public land in the city.
There are ruins from the Roman period on campus. No sign of the 3 Palestinian villages that were destroyed 61 years ago in order to make space for the campus. In fact, there are no ruins at all on campus.
Only in March, while still in coalition negotiations, Netanyahu agreed to the construction of a new settlement in East Jerusalem in the West Bank.
On Thursday, the U.S. State Department summoned Israel's ambassador in Washington and told him that plans to build a 20-unit apartment building project in East Jerusalem should not go ahead. But Israel's publicly rejected the request.
The Netanyahu government insists that allowance must be made for what it calls natural growth of settlements in the occupied West Bank.
Daniel Kurtzer of the Washington Post writes that inserting the provision of natural growth in official documents started with the 2001 Mitchell Report and the 2003 Roadmap, reflecting recognition that the concept was being abused as a justification for expanding settlements. The Obama administration is pursuing policies that every administration since 1967 has articulated, that settlements jeopardize the possibility of achieving peace, and thus settlement activity should stop.
So the whole idea that this is somehow natural growth can't be, because the people that are going to come live here are an absolutely different population from the people living in Givat Ze'ev. This isn't for the children of Givat Ze'ev to move to.
It was always Israel's goal to contain and eventually remove its Palestinian citizens from the Jewish state. That goal is still being pursued, and in fact I think it's being pursued with more vigour than ever before.